In this video, we're going to make a rainbow coaster. For this project, you will need a crochet hook, some scissors, a little yarn needle, and all of the colors of yarn that you want to use. To get started, we are going to take the first color of yarn, and this is going to be the center color of your little coaster. So the color that you want in the middle, just grab that color first. And we're going to make a little slip knot with our yarn and scoop it up with our hook. And once we've got that slip knot nice and snug onto our hook, we're going to chain 2. And once we've got our 2 chains, you'll see that we have the working loop on our hook. Then we have the first chain from our hook and the second chain from our hook. And that's the one we're going to be going into. We're going to be putting 7 single crochets. Now, when I do this, I like to go under the 2 pieces of yarn in the chain, if that makes sense. So you can just slip your hook under one little piece of yarn, or you can slip it under 2, and you can see there I put my hook under the 2. So I'm doing my single crochets, 7 of them, by going under the center of the chain under the 2 loops of yarn. I feel that it keeps my circle from opening up. And of course, with this project, you could start with a magic circle, but some people don't like magic circles, so I like to give you guys options. So we're putting our 7 single crochets in that second chain from our hook. And once you've got your 7 single crochets in there, you may notice that your circle opened up a little bit. So you can just go ahead and tug the end of your yarn there and close that back up. And now we are finished with this color, so you can actually cut the end of your yarn. And then you can grab the color of yarn that you want to use next. And for me, it's going to be this really light aqua blue color. Now, to connect our next color, we are going to insert our hook into that first single crochet of our circle. And we're going to do a slip stitch, but we're going to be doing it with our new color to transition here. So you're just going to grab that yarn and put it over your hook and then pull it on through all of the loops on your hook. And this is our slip stitch to the new color, and this will give us a nice smooth transition onto our next row. So we have a lot of ends here, and if you want to, you can crochet over them to cover them up as we're going, or you can wait until the end. For this video, I'm going to wait until the end to show you how to weave in your ends. But you want to make sure that you are grabbing the working end of your yarn, so the yarn that is attached to your yarn, and you're going to do a little chain 1. And now in this very same place that we did our little slip stitch and chain 1, we're going to do a single crochet. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. And then in that very same spot, we're going to do another single crochet. And you're just going to repeat that around your circle. You're going to put 2 single crochets in each of your single crochets all the way around. So at the end, you will have 14 single crochets. And once you are finished with your 14 single crochets, we're going to once again cut our yarn because we're ready to move on to our next color with a slip stitch into the first single crochet of our round. So grab your next color. I'm grabbing a yellow. I'm just going to place that over my hook and then draw through all of the loops on my hook. And now I've got a nice new color to start my new row. And so I'm just going to do a chain 1, making sure that I'm grabbing the working part of my yarn, not the end there. And I'm just going to make a chain 1. Now, in this very first single crochet, I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So I'm just going to insert my hook and draw up a loop, and then yarn over and draw through 2. Now in the next single crochet, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. So in this one right here. And I'm just going to be repeating that around the whole circle. So I'll do 1 single crochet in one, and then 2 single crochets in the next one. So at the end of this round, I should have 21 single crochets all together. And once you've completed all of the single crochets on this round, we're ready to close up our circle with a slip knot into the very first single crochet of the round. So I just inserted my hook there into the top of that first single crochet. And now I'm going to cut my yarn and grab my 4th color, and this is going to be the color that is the outside of my coaster. I'm just going to grab that yarn and pull it through all of the loops on my hook. And now I'm ready to start this last row. So with the working part of my yarn, I'm just going to chain 1. And in this very first stitch, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. And I'm going to do that again in the next single crochet, 1 little single crochet. Now in the next one, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. And I'm just going to repeat that around. So I'll do 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets. And I'm going to repeat that all the way around. And once we've finished our last 2 single crochets, we're going to slip stitch now into the very first single crochet of this round. And this will close up this round. Now we can pull out our loop and cut our yarn. And now we've got all those little ends to weave in. So you'll want to grab your yarn needle, and I like to run my little threads just through the bottoms of my single crochets. So you can finish off your little ends however you like, or if you crocheted over them during this whole process, then you might just need to trim your little ends. But you can see I'm just running my needle through the bottom of these single crochets to hide my ends before I cut them off. Once you have woven in all of your ends and cut them all off, your beautiful little coaster is ready to use. I hope you enjoyed this project. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will see you in my next video.